welcome back to the Hartbeat Podcast, brought to you by Bojangles.
It's bow time.
I'm Jadon McGee. I'm with my co-host Zane Hutton, as always.
Nice to meet y'all.
Today we're going to be with Brodie and Beckham, who are starring in this spring musical, Peter Pan, and do a couple things else around the school.
Yeah, so to get us started, so what made y'all want to go into theater in general? Let's start from like the beginning. I'm guessing sophomore year y'all were here for the play. What auditions did y'all take to go through that?
So basically, when I first started, the first play I went through was, what was it called again? The Wizard of Oz. And the reason I wanted to do it was because my friend Ryder was doing it and we were going to do it together. And that's basically what got me started on my theater path. But, funny story, Ryder dipped and left after the
first one.
the first week he left. So I was on my own. Honestly, it was just so much fun getting to do my own stuff in the background. That's basically what started my path on theater.
Were you scared in those moments whenever you had your friend leave you?
Yeah, I felt a little bit lonely, but as I got to know the other cast members, I felt a little bit less lonely getting to know the seniors that year. And I wasn't really scared to say because I wasn't really a main character at the time because I had no experience. So I was in the backstage with all the seniors, getting to know them. It was a great way to socialize, and I met tons of new friends.
So when you were first getting involved, were you surprised from what you were getting into, or did you kind of like understand a little bit of the concepts along the way?
I had to understand that, always keep your front of your body towards the crowd, never like turn around fully. You gotta do certain things. It took some time, but over I think that first musical that I did, I really got a good grasp of it and could really understand what to do and how to do it. So,
what about you, Beckham?
My journey kind of started in 9th grade as to Brodie.
Yeah.
I started taking theater class in 9th grade, and I was very hesitant into doing the musical, and so I only did rewritten for 9th grade and 10th grade. Until 10th grade, I finally decided, with push from Hattie, to finally do the musical. I did rewritten by itself, 9th grade, and then rewritten with the musical, which that really like stepped me up into the theater department, and I felt much more comfortable on the stage, which is why I was kind of pining for the lead role this year, and that's really made me even more comfortable with the theater, and meeting all the people and seeing everyone grow as well with me has just been a great experience overall.
So what's y'all's favorite part about theater in general? Like, is it meeting the people there? Is it being able to perform on stage? Like, can y'all explain that a little bit?
I mean, for me, I would say it's many of the connections you get, especially we're spending 3 days every night out of the week together with all these people, the faculty and the students, and it's just fun to come together, especially with those that we have similar parts to, like me and the Pirates. I've grown so incredibly close with the rest of the Pirates, and especially like with our choreographer, Miss Kaylee, she's amazing, and I love her. I love Hattie, like all of our staff, they're amazing, and it's so fun to connect with everybody beyond just that student teacher level.
Mhm.
And so that's my favorite part. But
right.
yeah, Brodie.
And basically the same thing. I have a fantastic time bonding with every single cast member there and the teachers and all the other people that help with the production. We had a new person come in, Miss Amy, and she's been wonderful. She's taught us so much about how to dance, how to look, how to do all these other stuff, how to act.
Mhm.
And I really love the connections we make with people like Miss Hatcliffe or Miss Kimball or let's say Kaylee, with our dance coach, and with all the connections we make with the other people, because sometimes you don't know these people in the grade below you or the seniors in the grade above you, and so doing theater you really get to socialize more and connect with all these people that you didn't know before, and so you grow your friend group and you grow a connection with teachers so they actually know who you are instead of you just being another face in the school.
Mhm.
So it's really great. That's the reason I really truly love theater, is that you just get to connect with everyone.
It's always good to have like good connections and good relationships, because then you get to like meet the people and know them for who they are, instead of, like you said, just a face value or just a person you see in the halls sometimes.
Exactly.
You know, to get that deeper relationship for that.
That's right.
So it's a really good answer right there.
Y'all talked about doing Wizard of Oz and then you going into the next one, which was Fiddler on the Roof, right?
Yes.
So with this one being Peter Pan, we talked to Miss Hatcliffe 2 episodes ago about how this one's really different. From y'all's perspective, how has this one been different than the previous musicals?
So this musical has been, it's a lot shorter than all the other ones we've done. Like in the past, Fiddler on the Roof, it's about 2.5 hours long. This one's maybe, I'd say 2 hours, hour 45,
Yeah,
give or take. And it's a lot different because it's more people know it because it's a childhood movie that most kids watch instead of most people didn't know Fiddler on the Roof. A lot of kids didn't watch Wizard of Oz because it was such an old movie, even though it's a classic. It really connects with kids because it's about how kids don't want to grow up, and that's why it was so different because it gives a reason for why kids would like connect with the movie or connect with the musical in any way. And it might even be a reason to make kids want to do musicals later on because they see how much fun we have on stage and how much fun we have singing about if we don't want to grow up or if pirates are trying to come attack us or something like that, that they might want to do it one day when they're watching us just in the crowd. And so I would say it's much different because it's so close to how people in this school would perceive kids and pirates and stuff like that. It's just a overall good storyline, I would think. I would say. So,
I would say it's different in the sense that most musicals we try to do, especially when it comes to Fiddler on the Roof, we did that musical because at the time with anti-Semitic, ideas floating around society, Hattie thought it'd be best to address that in theater, and so we did that with Fiddler on the Roof. And most musicals we've done in the past have kind of reflected some type of deep moral value, like Wizard of Oz is kind of an exception, but it then again is a classic story. We like Little Women, on My Fair Lady, and things like that. Sound of Music, and
right.
things we do, they have some deep lying meaning. And I think Peter Pan is a nice jump away from that and kind of more to the whimsical, theatrical side of theater, where we're purely on there for fun. It's a good message of being a child isn't everything and you need to grow up sometimes, but it's also like some of the most fun we've had, at least for me, in the theater department in a while.
Right. And I don't think either of us did was it again Beauty and the Beast. But that one our sister did and she had a phenomenal time on that production, doing a bunch of tricks and other things like that. A lot of things of why theater is so fun is because you can make up your own tricks most of the time. Most of the time they don't have a set choreography to learn. So you can make your own tricks, do your own thing. If you have your own special talents, you can really accentuate yourself on stage however you want, and you can show them your talents, and they will let you have that a little piece of that inside the production as it goes on. But if you really want to just show yourself and show the things you can do, if you just go up to them or just do it one time during practice and they see you, it really helps. Honestly, it's just it gets really fun.
Speaking of add-ons that you've mentioned here, like for this part, are you gonna do some like ad libs in this part of the play? Because I remember last year in the Wizard of Oz, you did a lot of ad libbing that you were to get yourself out there, just like for Miss Hackhood to see and stuff. Are you gonna do a few other stuff that's not in the scripts? That's gonna be like a fun moment for you.
I might try. Well, most of this musical is really fun for me, anyways. It's there's a lot of different just hilarious stuff I get to do that really like accentuates my character just as myself, and there's not really much I could change. But if I could go off track a bit, I would. Maybe on the last show day or sometime like that, I might try to do something a little bit out there. But honestly, the script is perfect how it is right now. I think it's an amazing production that we've done so far. And I don't really think I have to add on any more ad libs than there already are.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's always fun to convey the meaning as it's written, but it is always better, in my opinion, to add a little stuff in there. Like me personally, I've added a few stuff. I even get with the choreographer sometimes and I'll be like, hey, what if we did this? And she was like, I was just thinking that. And so we'll kind of work together to do stuff there. But one thing that I know I've added is there's a certain scene where I'm talking to one of the Lost Boys and I have to pull them away, but that wasn't in the actual script, but I added in because that made it flow better and it made it seem better. And even Hattie was like, hey, that was a good call. And I was, thank you. But it's a nice show of how fun it can get, especially when you know your part. You can really use what you know to make them an even better character on stage.
Right. And basically it's a lot of memorizing to do. It's a lot of work to do to get to the stages of where we are with our characters. But once you have really sat down, listened to the music, and really learned your lines, you can mess around with the character as much as you want and you can make it your own.
Yeah.
And it's fun to see that type of character flourish through us. Once you really get to learn it, like we have some fighting scenes in the musical and we've gotten to play with it so much and run around and do a bunch of stuff, and it's been amazing.
We've choreographed our own fight scenes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
First one
Usually
was
people
on
don't
me.
get to do that.
Oh, we did all every single fight scene we had.
Every-
We choreographed ourselves.
Kaylee gave us the permission and she just, you know what, I don't have time, do it.
Go ahead.
What did that process look like?
So
A lot
basically,
of Brodie getting hurt, actually.
yeah, a lot of me getting
a little misfire with the sword, and he caught us straight in the eye.
I caught it straight in the eye,
It's,
like
so-
mostly the face.
That's
But we worked
that's
it
exactly
out.
where they want.
Mostly, yeah.
We worked it
But
out.
yeah, but mostly what happens is they would send us out of the theater into the commons, and we'd have just swords, and we walk through stuff. I would point out this, we'd try this, let's try this.
Mm.
We just try things, and then until we finally got it, and it looked flawless by the end.
Great.
And they complimented us, saying they couldn't even think of a choreography just like what we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they thought we did a phenomenal job, and we had a fantastic time doing it.
I bet.
Yeah, even after getting hit in the head a few times.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
any way to figure it out.
you're right.
Since I do backstage, when we first got over there, we just got told to sit and observe.
right.
So we got to see that one. I think y'all did a really good job on that.
Oh, thank you.
So I didn't know y'all choreographed that by yourselves.
Right, yeah. And actually, I just made a change last night to one of our the giant fighter.
You did that
I
without
told you
me.
about this.
Oh, you'll figure it out here in like 2.5 hours.
We'll get
We
to-
haven't
we'll
choreographed
show
it yet, but we I gave a change to one of our big fight
I get it.
to
I
make
get
it
it, yeah.
look a lot better than what it did. It looked
Okay.
it looked
I
kind of bad, kind of like not. It didn't flow well
Yeah.
at all. So I gave out a suggestion, and we're gonna
Yeah.
try tonight and see if it works. And
Okay.
I think it's just gonna look great.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Should come see it.
Yeah,
That's gonna be awesome.
you'll see the big fight scenes.
Since y'all two are close friends, how does it feel being, since you're Peter Pan, since you're Captain Hook, how does it feel to be enemy characters in this?
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
You get to hit Brodie in the head with a
It's-
sword.
It's
That's what I'm
very,
hearing.
It's
I think it's very funny to have not only the connection of being friends while being the two main characters, but it's also the fact that, best friends, you quarrel naturally. Brody
Right.
gets on my nerves, I get on his, I know what happens. And so it's fun to
See
kind
most
of,
it too.
it's fun to bring that out onto the stage, but also be friends at the end of the day.
And you think we'd headbutt a lot during it, but honestly, we've had a great time. And we've communicated, and we've
It
had
goes very well.
and we've been able to agree on a lot more than we thought we would originally. We haven't argued really on anything. We've really had the same mindset throughout the whole thing. And it's honestly, even though being enemies in this, it's just like you said, it's great to be
it's fun.
friends at the end of the day and just go out to eat with our other friends and know that
Yeah.
it's just a fun thing to do with friends.
With
awesome.
that many people backstage, because I'm working backstage most of the
Oh,
time. There's
yeah.
so many people backstage. So
I
how are
don't
y'all
talk about it.
with y'all two being kind of the leaders of this group? How do y'all keep everybody on ensemble, anything like that, all together?
Well, so our three leaders are basically me, Beckham here, and then Presley, she is Tiger Lily. And we basically, because there's so many of us, we try to disperse into three separate groups
Okay.
to help maintain order. So he takes care of his pirates, I take care of my Lost Boys, and Tiger Lily takes care of her warriors, / Indians.
Yeah.
And that's how you try to keep our groups maintained. because they grow really close with their groups, and so they get very riled up. But if we just have the one person to stay as a lead, and then maybe have a co-captain or something like that, like I have Cade Myers as our dance captain, because I'm off doing other things with other groups. I assigned him to help with the Lost Boys, keep them in check if needed, because I'll be out everywhere. But it's good.
Yeah.
I'm just
There-
the captain.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, it's good to have just one person. Like have to have one person to disperse against the groups to control them.
I think it's even more fruitful than if the teachers were to do it, because
Yeah,
that's something to do with the student relationship. Like, not only am I an authority figure to them right now, but I'm also their friend, along with some of them are older than me. Most of them are older than me.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's just the fact that it's not an adult barking orders at them like usual. It's someone they know and I hope respect and like, and listening to them, which they do beautifully. My pirates are the best.
Shout out to them.
I'm not gonna lie, we have gained many accolades from all the faculty.
Yeah.
We are we're the best.
Oh,
But
right.
no,
You
but
know what, shout out to the
I
Lost
attribute
Boys.
I attribute that all to not just me, but also their willingness to listen to me and take what I say to heart and actually perform well on the stage. So I just think having the delegates of us as the heads is a very good decision by having.
And I really wish I had more time with my Lost Boys, because Beckham gets to go off stage and to really talk through and walk through scenes with them.
All of that.
Yeah.
all in like a classroom or something. They get to walk through, talk. You say this, you say this. I don't really get that time alone to really connect with the Lost Boys. But even without that time alone because we're on stage most of the time.
Yeah.
Even without that time, we've really are able to get things done, get them controlled, and get dances down without having to run through it. It might not be as seamless as the Pirates because they get all that time, but it is almost straight up with them. And I'm really proud of how well they are at just picking it up and letting going with the flow and being able to do it. So I'm really proud of my Lost Boys and how much they've come
Yeah.
over these past few weeks or months.
Going through, just to kind of wrap up here, what do you think is going to be y'all's funniest story behind the scenes of what's happened so far? Because we've been in this for 3 months.
2-3 months.
Trying to get showtime here next week. So
Right. What do we think would be like?
Like the funniest moment that's happened so far?
yeah, so far.
To me was when one day, not even in practice, we were in the theater. Brodie was trying to get a cable for worship team. He crawled over the beds. All three of them crashed through each other.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now there's
My
holes
gosh.
dotted throughout the mattress.
Right.
And it's very funny.
There's
It's crazy.
there's
I thought it
mattress
was
covers all
hilarious.
over these beds, and when I climbed on top, they all just straight through
Right
each other.
when was that?
Yeah.
Just had
It was a
yell at
few
you?
weeks
was
ago.
about-
Don't worry.
yeah, a
Don't
few
worry
weeks
about
ago.
it. But
Okay.
there's
Hey.
the funniest parts always happen right before show. Last year,
right.
Field on
Yeah.
the Roof, it was a hot mess right up until the 2 days out of show.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's how it goes every year. But this
Right.
year has been much better. But it's always so much fun right on show nights or
Mhm.
right before show nights. It's because that's where everyone's most comfortable. No one's really that nervous, and everyone is having the most fun.
Right.
Especially since we're running through it so much.
Oh,
Right.
of
And
course.
right after most of the time, right after you get off that first scene, you feel so much better
Mhm.
if you have any nerves, and you're there to have fun.
Yeah.
And years past, we haven't been able to get to production on time with plays in the past because they've been so long, and so we've always had a talk with Miss Hatcliffe. But this year we've done
The dreaded
the dreaded speech she gives every year. But she hasn't given it this year because we've been really on top of it, and I think it's because of the leaders we've had and the people we've had as role models to keep people in check and to keep this production going, and with it being such a short musical compared to the other ones. I honestly, I just think it's just really fun, and all the backstage things that happen. It's memories. Last year, backstage we played on Nintendo. We played Smash Bros.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
We played this.
Oh, yeah.
We had a Smash tournament.
Smash tourney, man. It was
Yeah.
I won twice.
You won
I was
twice.
so much. It was
But
so
we had a
awesome.
Smash tournament
Low
all
Mac.
backstage during Fiddler on the Roof, and we even had Wii Sports one time, and we had a great time. It was just a thing with friends through it
Yeah.
all, And even on stage, when you mess up or something, you can add a little bit to it to just keep the story going, and it becomes funnier each time. It's a great thing to do, honestly.
So to wrap up a little bit before we move on to kind of the next segment that we want to do, what's one thing you want to tell people to try to get them to come to musical this year?
Just do it.
Yeah,
Like, don't be nervous about it.
honestly.
Even if you're nervous when you start, if you just start coming to practice and you're with everybody, even if you're just in the back of the ensemble or the front of the stage, you're always going to be a part of it, and that's going to bring you out of that shell if you're scared of it. That's what it did to me. I was always so nervous about it until Hattie forced me into a lead role for Rewritten, and that sprung my love for theater. And no one cares. Like, everyone who's there with you is either right there with you in the acting, like they're gonna back you up on it, or if they're hating on it, then they're just not having fun. And it's just all about actually going for it and not letting the fear of being not good enough or being embarrassed get to you.
Really, no one's trying to put anyone else down or hate on another person. It's honestly, it's like an extracurricular just to have fun. It's to get to know people, and like, you don't even, if you are an introvert of any kind, you can still do backstage or stage crew, like Jadon. You can do stage crew, or you can do sound booth or anything like that, and you can still grow those connections with those people if you really just want to just see what goes on backstage, see what they do to have fun. Start off with stage crew. You can see how much they have fun during practices, when they're backstage goofing off or cutting up. It's just honestly a really great thing to do if you want to just, I don't know, have something to do after school. If you get bored during the school year, and you run out of things to do, join the musical. You can, first 2 weeks, if you don't like it, you can talk to Miss Hatcliffe and say, I don't think this is for me. But if you honestly want to have something else to do and you think it's going to be really fun, and I really think it's going to be beneficial for you in the social aspects. And
most definitely,
especially if you're a senior. If you're a senior, at least a junior going into a senior,
right?
I think it's very important that everybody joins a musical, even if you've never done it before or never have any interest in it. It's always a good idea because it's the last year you'll be able to do it.
That's right.
And no matter if you like it or not, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Like, you could be like in the back, like I said, the back of the ensemble, you're still a part of it. And so you're still going to be a part of the jokes. You're still going to be part of the fun. And so you don't even have to have a lead role, but you're still going to have fun. So many people I know doing theater for the first time right now in the musical, having a blast because they just did it.
Yeah.
And I think everyone should be exposed to that.
Yeah, and I have one more thing to add on to that. It also, theater, if you have any speaking lines at all, or if you're just talking to a big group, it also helps when you're going to speak in public of any kind. Most people are too scared to speak out, or if they don't have a loud voice. When you're in theater, you learn to have that loud voice because it's such a giant place that you have to have a booming voice. And so you learn to use that, and you learn to speak loud to a group of people. Like, even if you're backstage or something, you have to speak loud to the cast so they can hear you. So you really learn how to use a public voice and learn how to use a speaking voice through it. And I think that's a phenomenal skill to have.
Of course, yeah. You have to learn how to speak in front of people. If you're timid, they're not going to sit there and listen to you.
Exactly. And that theater is a great way to learn how to do that. Like, honestly.
So I want to move back in the year into January. So y'all have a band, and y'all played for the first time. A student-led band played for a dance of any sort, an event of any sort, I think.
Right.
So how did that start?
So it started, how old were we? 12?
It was bad. We were about 8 years old. We were very, I don't even know exactly when. We were very young, and it started when
terrible haircuts.
We had terrible haircuts. I have videos, they're terrible. But we had some mutual friends who, I wasn't even in the band originally. It was Ryder, Brodie, and Garrett. They were all in a band together because they all liked the same music. I didn't really, but I liked my own music, so I was better than them. But they were starting a band, and I was like, wait, this would be super cool. Can I join the band? And they were like, no, you're not really like us with the music. And then I joined anyway. But then eventually we kind of exiled Garrett because he didn't really rock with it. But anyway, we had progressed. We kept playing instruments. I picked up the bass purely for the band. So you see me on worship team. That's only because I joined the band.
Right. He transferred. He used to have a guitar. He gave it away and got a bass.
And so I had to trade it out. But then we we kept practicing every now and again when we could. We had a bit of a falling out, but then we came back,
Yeah.
especially around time of homecoming. And then we heard about the winter dance, and we decided really to give that a shot. And it was a great
Right.
experience, even though we got rained out for half of it.
And
Yeah.
What we could play was great.
And when we first started, actually, we started just it's still our band room. It's basically a little attic in my house. My sister painted it. It used to be me and Zane's playroom.
Yeah.
And
Filled with toys.
Filled with toys. Couldn't
So
see the
many
ground.
toys.
And then my sister cleaned it all out, painted it, and it was her hangout room. And then
Yeah.
I took it over and I put a bunch of instrument stuff in there. My mom used to play bass and used to have a whole band with her.
Okay.
So
There's
it
some
kind
music
of
in
it
our
kind of
family, so yes.
so it kind of got passed on. We had an old drum, like whole drum set. So we set that up. We got a bunch of speakers. Ryder's dad does a bunch of musical stuff. So we got his sound equipment and a bunch of things. And that's how we started. I had a old crappy guitar. He had my mom's old bass.
Yeah.
And then we
Didn't have
had
my own bass yet.
that crappy drum set in that room, and that's how we went. And we never got around to gigs. It was just fun to play with each other.
Oh yeah.
Had a
Yeah.
great time. And then fell out a bit for a little time because Ryder was doing something else. And then we all got back together, and when we heard about this winter dance and all this other stuff, we got so excited because we actually got back together for last year's talent show
Yeah.
with J.
yeah.
Cole. And that's what really sparked it back with us. And so we started to progress again. And that's what gave us the opportunity to do the winter formal and the talent show again this year, winning second place.
I think y'all did really again with both talent shows. That the reason why I asked y'all is because I saw y'all at the talent show last year because I got to run all the screens and all the cameras. So it was actually really good because y'all opened. I thought y'all were going to get rained out, and I was really disappointed because that was the main reason why I went. But
That's a lot of
it
reasons. why
started
most
raining,
people-
and then I hear from inside Inner Sandman. We all just started running out.
Yeah, I heard from most seniors and most people in juniors in my grade that the main reason they went or stayed for as long as they did was because of the live band outside, and that really made me and Beckham and Ryder all really enjoy taking
It was
that.
depressing when that rain was
We-
falling.
we
down
were-
and we couldn't play. I'm so serious. I have not cried in years, but I was real close.
I was real
It
close
was-
too. Like
It was so sad. It
we
was
were real
very
close
upsetting,
to about
but-
to cry and like just lay down. We wanted to go home. We
Yeah.
we were so depressed. We
Yeah,
wanted
it
to pack
was-
up and everything. Then we saw it starting lifting up. We were like, let's do this.
Yeah,
We're
Yeah.
like, 30 minutes left. Let's do it. And
we had to convince Ryder to actually do it.
yeah,
It turned out really good.
Thank
and we were so glad we actually got, even if it was only for maybe 15, 30 minutes. I'm so glad we got to do it, and I hope we can do it again next year for senior year.
Hopefully,
That would be cool.
that's going to be up to student council next year. I really hope
Come on, student council.
next year gets that going.
Come on, student council.
But
We
we'll
got a
see.
free gig.
But next thing I want to walk into, which is kind of our closing, which is his favorite part, which is going to be Zane's hot takes.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
the Hartbeat
Zane.
hot takes here.
Let's hear it.
Let's
This is
hear
the
it.
theater edition for the play people here.
All right.
So my first one here that I have, hot take number 1, is live theater looks polished from the audience, but behind the scenes, it's one of the most high pressure environments in the school. So during that, like we've been saying before, backstage crew, you trying to get everyone together,
Right.
everyone's trying to get to work. You know, like you mentioned before, Miss Hatcliffe does her speech. What is the speech that we're talking about?
I got
Yeah, you
this.
got that.
So we've had a history of, people slack off or we aren't exactly where we should be in the musical
Not
or
ready for
rewritten.
production.
And so we get the iconic "It's up to you" speech where she'll sit us down and just tell us like, "Hey guys, it's up to you. We're in the home stretch. Y'all got to bring it home. The stuff we got to do. If y'all don't do it, it doesn't get done."
Yeah.
She loves to say that.
She
Love you, Hattie.
says-
But
yeah.
this is the thing. But we haven't gotten that this year, which has
Yeah.
been great. It's
It's
been a great
awesome.
morale booster.
She always says by the end of the speeches, by the end of the practice and everything, it's up to you. I've done everything I could. I've presented you all with the material. I've helped you all through it. At the end of the day, when it comes down to that stage and the lights on and the people there, it's up to you guys. If you mess up,
Giving me deja vu.
Yeah, you know, that just
Yeah.
reminds me. It just is like a game for an actual sport, like
Right.
how
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
the
it's
coach would
crazy.
sit down and be like, come on, y'all. This is the final stretch here. We got like
That's how it
one more
feels.
minute left in the game.
It's-
It's game time, and
That's how it feels.
It's kinda like that.
It kind of feels the exact same way as
It's-
what I'm hearing.
It's
from-
honestly kind of like that, and that's what really puts it like when we're slacking off. That really puts us back into the mode of we need to get this done. We need to get it through.
Yeah.
We need to figure it out.
Mhm.
Lock
because
in.
We need to lock in
Yeah.
because you lock in at the first few weeks. You're like, all right, I got this. Then you have a break with mission trips, and you forget almost everything if you don't practice. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be so honest. And that you always get mad at you for that, and you always do something. But this year, over mission trips, I saw so many people just doing their doing their dances just for fun and singing the music just for fun because it was so enjoyable to do during practice and stuff.
Yeah.
They had such a great time doing it that they loved doing it outside of it and just practicing with each other. It just brought them together closer over the mission trips as well. Just creating
hanging out
yeah.
and everything. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So on to the next one. Hot take number 2. Performing on stage requires the same mental toughness as playing in a championship game. There's just no scoreboard to prove it.
I mean,
What do y'all think about that?
right.
one?
I
Okay.
think it's much less. The stakes aren't as high. Like
That is true.
sure you mess up, but it's not that bad. It's not.
What-
We can't lose.
Right.
But
Well,
I
okay,
mean,
I'd like to.
Losing could be like the performance was awful.
I-
oh, trust
like,
me. You whatever you watch, I promise you, it is never what it should be. There's always something that messes up. You just never know what it should be, and that's the beauty of
That's the
theater.
thing for
Yeah.
the viewers. We never
That's the
get to
beauty of
see
theater.
that,
No one knows what it's actually supposed to be. So
except
If
for the
whether-
people actually performing it.
yeah,
That's right.
the only people who know are people in the booth, people backstage, or the people on the stage. And so that's the beauty of it. You don't have to be perfect. You can be what you want to be. Like last year, it was kind of obvious, but my line was Reb Tedye, and I said my own name, Reb Perchik, and it was I had to sit there for a second, and I was like, ooh, I just did that, and then we just kept going on
going.
because how the people I without even notice I said that, but
Right.
it was very fun.
And what is it? Just like that. I would say I would like to argue like there is a lot to lose kind of. I would say embarrassment. I mean,
Mhm.
wise like if you completely just forget your lines completely and you don't know how to improv at all, it gets very embarrassing. You get a lot of hot or something like that. But if
A
you
lot of intensity too.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what I would say is the bad part of it. I would say is that like
Yeah.
the what's at stake is you getting completely embarrassed, forgetting your lines, and not knowing how to improv or something like that. But other than that, there's a lot more upsides to it. Last year you can honestly when there's a big group fighting and when they're arguing and stuff, you can say whatever you want if you're not mic'd up.
Oh,
Even
yeah.
if you're mic'd up, you can say almost whatever you want, and
Yeah.
almost no one would hear you.
Yeah, moments like those where it's like big fight scenes or a lot of just back and forth, it gets a lot of fun because people can say whatever they want, really.
And the people right next to you would hear it, but no one out there in the crowd will. And
so it's all
just
just funny jokes in between each other, and it's
Yeah.
amazing.
And
Like last year for Fiddler on the Roof, the
don't
opening
mention what you
scene. The opening. okay.
Worms now.
Yeah, okay. There was a big open scene where we'd all be yelling at each other, and it's just a lot of fun that you could literally go up and
Yeah.
just have the most average conversation or the most outlandish
right.
take and just
we had some
walk up
outlandish
to somebody,
stuff.
say that, no one heard.
Right.
They're like, what? Or just like laughing, and you're genuinely having fun. And from the audience perspective, it's just the show.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we had a joke about chicken eggs last year.
Yeah, keep your disease chickens.
Keep your disease chickens. And it was just hilarious. But the way to combat that is if you do mess up, just like when we
No
perform
one knows.
on-
Just flow
yeah.
it. Just go.
even when you perform on stage for what's it called again, Awakening or anything like that, when we do live things, no one knows you mess up unless if you show it with your face.
Yeah.
So unless if you like when you play something or when you like sing something or say something wrong and you do, and then like wait and then go say it again, they know you mess up. But if you
Yeah.
say it, then just keep moving. No one will know because it's your production. You know what was supposed to be said. People are just following the story along. You create it yourself.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
yeah, honestly, you have the freedom to do that. So you don't have that much worry, like you said, but you
Yeah.
still have the worry if you just completely, like, if you don't try at all to learn your stuff and you don't even know what the musical's about,
Yeah.
then
Mhm.
yes, you will mess up and probably get embarrassed. But that's probably the worst thing that would happen out of it. But
It's
yeah,
a good opportunity to learn, even in the failure as well.
exactly. You
So-
learn to keep going even after a mess up, to not just stop and fixate on it, but just to keep going and be like, next time it'll be better. Or look, people didn't
Yep.
even notice as much
Mhm.
as you thought it would. So it's you learn to let go of those small things.
It's all about the experience.
Exactly.
Okay, to move on for the final hot take number 3. Some of the most powerful moments in a school play aren't the ones rehearsed for weeks. They're the ones that happen when actors have to think on their feet.
I
So
would
that's
love
kind
to
of the
take
same-
this first
Yeah,
one.
you can go ahead.
If anyone watched Fiddler on the Roof last year, you would have seen Hartfield's first ever stage kiss was between me and Riley, and it was not rehearsed a single bit. The plan was I go like make a noise by his face. No, we
Uh-huh.
just
Straight up
just
just
straight up.
kiss.
first stage kiss, and it was
Yeah.
hilarious.
No one
I
knows
didn't
that.
expect that. Whenever I
It was
heard
so
that, like, oh my
What is the
god.
context behind that?
Oh no, you had to be there. You had to be there, but
No one.
it was hilarious. But yeah, like it's just everything that the funniest parts aren't what we actually are supposed to be doing. Like
Yeah.
It's
funniest part about me and Brodie's dance in like one of these dances for Peter Pan is either a dance we either made entirely ourselves or that we just make up on the spot.
Yeah.
Like
It's funnier
hilarious.
when you make it up on the spot. Like
Yeah.
all those mess ups that you make and you feel like you did horrible or you're scared.
Mhm.
It's most of the time it's going to be funny later on and your friends are going to joke about it with you or you're going to say something. You're going to be
Yeah.
like, chickens or something like
It's the 3 negotiables.
yeah.
That's right. The 3 negotiables for theater this time.
Yeah.
Right, there we go.
So yeah, basically if you mess up at all and you learn and you just like say something weird or random or like you do like you're supposed to do a specific dance, but then you just make up your own jazz thing and they look at you and you just laugh at each other and you
Yeah.
just keep going because no one really truly knows. And if it's just between you two, you can do almost whatever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like first musical I did, Wizard of Oz. I was backstage a lot. Or not backstage. I was in the back ensemble a lot. So I got creative freedom. I want to do my own things. I wanted to like be a big thing in the back. And so I jumped on a senior's shoulders. Like I grabbed onto them and they held me up. I jumped on another one's back. I went on another one's shoulders. I did cartwheels in the back. I did a bunch of stuff. I just did things to really accentuate the musical as a whole, which made it fun for me, but I wasn't in the center spotlight, which I wasn't ready for the time. And it made it really fun because I had the freedom to do what I wanted. And I didn't have someone breathing down my back of what I had to do exactly. So
Well, I think that's everything we've got today. Thank y'all for being here. If you watch all the way through here, you can leave us 5 stars on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube so you don't miss anything. We're running out of weeks to do this, so sadly. So this is going to be one of the final episodes, so make sure not to miss any of the final ones. Thank you for watching, and as always, go Hawks!